Sunday on the Georgia Vote, we hear from Georgia voters like you who will play a huge part in November's election. Zach Merchant with the 11 Alive political team and my co-host for the Georgia Vote joining us now. Zach, we know that this is such a heart of our show every single Sunday. You spoke with a very special voter.
Yeah, and we think every week the voter we talk to is a special voter. It's sort of the heartbeat of this show. So let's talk about who we're hearing from this week. We caught up in Dahlonega with Sam Zamarippa. He's a business executive, he's a vineyard operator, and at one time, about 2 decades ago, he was a state senator who has seen many changes within Georgia politics.
These things grow 6 to 8 inches a day sometimes. And in a big spurt, it'll go just like that.
So obviously this is one section of Dog Hobble Wine Farm.
One section
here,
yeah.
But the actual property much larger, right?
Yeah, so we live on 80 acres here that goes from this ridge line all the way down into a valley and a creek bed and all the way up and over 2 mountain ridges. My father's from Mexico and I grew up with a Mexican-American identity. A lot of political people simply just say, well, Latinos are interested in this and this is what I'm gonna sell them. And I think that's where the mistake is. You know, saying hola is not enough. You've got to understand the transition of people, the assimilation of people from immigrant status all the way into sort of the blended American like me.
You served in the Georgia State Legislature.
Yeah.
Now you run a vineyard.
Yeah.
Those are very different jobs.
They're different, but the good thing is that if I do my job well here, I'll sell my wine and people will enjoy it. In politics, it was hard to do a good job and for people to enjoy what you did.
When you look ahead to the November election this year, what worries you?
You know, all the issues that are in the news or top of mind, a lot of those issues are not new. It's just today they seem to have a little more tension in them. And when I think about what really worries me more than the issues, it's cynicism. It's the idea that we've reached a point where we can't believe in anything or trust anything. It's easier to be cynical than it is to be productive or to contribute or to resolve something.
What are the 2 biggest issues that are going to govern how you vote?
I'm very interested in women's rights, reproductive rights. I'm very interested in a good resolution towards immigration. I'm very interested in our energy policy. I'm very interested in our global policies and the wars in Ukraine and the Middle East. But I don't think about the election as voting for one resolution of those things or another. I really am voting for character and moderation because I don't think there is a slogan answer to any of those problems I've just mentioned.
We always end on this. What are you optimistic about?
You know, I'm optimistic about smart people. I'm even optimistic about our exploration of space right now because I think those things raise different questions. You know, the Hubble telescope that showed us those pictures recently, I think that if you're a thinking person, if you're a philosophical person, and you look at those photographs, you go, wow, are we asking all the right questions?
Wow.
And, you know, Sam is somebody who wears a lot of different hats. You heard him talk about how no voter is a monolith. It's a message we've heard from a lot of the folks who've joined us for Voice of the Voter and something I think smart campaigns are going to be paying attention to this year, too.
Absolutely, and just actively being in those communities, not just when they need a vote. Zach, thank you so much. Make sure to join us this Sunday for the Georgia Vote. I sit down one-on-one with Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens, well, standing up rather, about the recent water crisis. We also have our political roundtable. The Georgia Vote is on Sunday on 11 Alive Plus. You can also catch it on 11alive.com.